problems with my female reproductive system, because when I started to take the hormones and I started getting cramps and all these things, and nobody could help me. I would go to a gynecologist and they would call me a freak, and I would go to a doctor and they'd be like, I can't look at you, you're a weirdo. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. I mean, so eventually the pain became a horrible problem, and my uterus and my cervix fused together. And it's the first recorded case in the history of the world. And the long-term use of testosterone took my uterus and took my cervix and put it together. And as you know, that's a sort of self-cleaning oven. And it just stopped. And what happened was I got an infection, which eventually, after 3 years of trying to go to doctors and saying, help me here, none of them could help me. They're like, oh, that's normal. That's just cramping. That's just normal cramping. And I'm like, no, it isn't. I got septic and I popped.
Wow.
And I became septic, and I got to the hospital in enough time that the doctor could actually save my life.
Yeah.
And he said, if you didn't come in 2 more minutes, you would be dead. And so I sit here and I'm emotional and cry, because you need to understand that it's not always so positive. And there are, I don't even know the other effects that 30 years of testosterone on my body has done to my body. I know it has changed my brain. I know that there are things going on with me that I'm sure are affected by the testosterone. But again, we don't have the research. That's what I want everybody to understand here. Yes, please understand it saved my life. It's the most amazing thing for that. But also understand the other side of that. And are you willing to take this on? Because if you're not, you better understand that these things are not fun, and they're not happy, and they're not great. But I think it's important that we as trans people start to talk about the actual cons of transitioning, and not just the pros, and not just hashtag trans is happy.